The purpose of this video is to answer a question I've been getting a lot right now, which is what to expect if you get approved for one of these flex modification programs. If you're a subscriber to my page, welcome back. If not, make sure you subscribe, like the video below, leave me a question or a comment about your situation. I always love hearing from you guys, and I do try to reply as soon as possible. So a flex modification right now applies to homeowners who have Fannie Mae as the investor on their loan. If you want more information about what Fannie Mae means, who your investor is, there are other videos on my page that kind of talk about what an investor even is and kind of give you some coaching on how to find out who your investor is. But if you know you have Fannie Mae and you know that you're one of these COVID forbearance homeowners, right, that is now trying to transition off of a COVID forbearance and get back making payments, it is possible that you will be reviewed for a flex modification. FlexMod is just the name for Fannie Mae's current modification program. Real quickly, the flex modification program is the way to potentially receive a slightly lowered payment. If you're somebody who had financial hardship, went on a COVID forbearance plan March 1st, 2020 or later, and now you're back wanting to make your mortgage payments, but your income hasn't recovered in a way that fully allows you to resume the full-blown payment you were making before COVID, a flex modification is going to be a good option for you because the bank will review to see if they can lower your interest rate and get you a little bit more of an affordable payment. But the question this video is answering is, how does this process work? So you will hear the term streamlined thrown around. What streamlined means is that the bank is not requiring you to submit a full document package for a flex modification review as long as you are a COVID-related homeowner. So banks define the COVID start date as March 1st, 2020. So if you went on a COVID forbearance March 1st, 2020 or later, and you were current before March 1st, you will be construed as a COVID-related hardship, and you will be able to go through this streamlined review process. Streamlined means that the bank will ask you some verbal questions in order to get your review going. I did post a video on what kinds of questions you can expect, so you can watch that other video there if you want to apply for this process. But basically, the bank will verbally ask you some questions. They will put you in review for the flex modification. Then, once approved, they will put you on a trial payment plan for 3 months. This is abbreviated sometimes as a TPP, but basically the bank and Fannie Mae want to test your household income for 3 months to make sure that you can make the payment every month affordably without defaulting again. So even though you get to go through this streamlined process with very little documents, even though you're a COVID hardship borrower, as of right now, you're not getting to avoid this 3-month trial process. So at your approval phase, the bank will hand you a document and it will have 3 months worth of mortgage payments that they want you to pay before they will give you a final modification. So for example, right now it's the beginning of October. If I just got approved for my flex modification, I would likely have a trial mortgage payment due for November 1st, December 1st, and January. And then at the end of January, the bank will then draft and give you their final modification documents, which you would then sign, notarize, maybe have reviewed by an attorney. You'd send those final documents back, and at that point, the bank would bring the loan current. It would remove any default activity, and you'd be then just on regular payments moving forward with your new loan in place. So I'm really just trying to address the question of like, how does this flex modification process work? You should expect a TPP. There are other videos posted on my page about how to handle a TPP and how to successfully make it through a TPP. There are some things you should be doing to be responsible and to make sure nothing falls apart during your TPP period. So I highly recommend you watch my trial payment plan video just to make sure you can really get through that process. And then I have other videos posted on how to successfully execute your final modification documents, what to look for, how to write your name, how to check the notary's work to make sure everything that gets executed correctly. So watch those videos, but basically if you are going through FlexMod review and you get approved and you are a COVID homeowner, you still will likely be placed on these 3-month trial payment plans. Good luck.